This problem says, use the magnitudes from the Richter scale of 120 earthquakes listed in the accompanying data table. Use technology to find the range, variance, and standard deviation. If another value, 7, is added to those listed in the data set, do the measures of variation change much? Click the icon to view the table of magnitudes. "120 numbers. Can you even imagine trying to get the standard deviation here, or even the mean, doing it by hand? Me neither. Actually, I can imagine trying to do it. I can't imagine getting the right answer because I'd make a mistake somewhere along the way. So this is why we have computers. If I open this table in StatCrunch, here it is. We can go all the way down and down and down and down and down. So we got 120. Okay. Now, on top of everything else, they want us to do this twice, once with these 120 numbers, and then do it a second time, adding the number 7 to the bottom of the list. So what I'm going to do, I am going to copy this whole column. Am I up to the top yet? Here we go. I'm going to copy this whole column. Just do a copy paste into the next column. So let us make sure that this goes all the way down. There it is. And then I'm going to add the number 7 to the bottom of this. I could do this whole thing twice, but if I do it once with both columns, I'll save myself a lot of trouble and I'll be able to see both numbers at the same time, both sets of numbers. So they want us to get, let me pull this over so that I can see the problem on one side of the screen and I can see StatCrunch on the other side of the screen, so I can see them both at the same time. Now, I don't need this. What I'm looking for here, I need to find the range, I need to find the variance, and I need to find the standard deviation. And then I need to do it again with the second value added. So I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to hit Stat. I'm going to hit Summary Stats. They're in columns. I'm going to highlight both of these. So it pops it over into the other screen over here. I want the range, the variance, and the standard deviation. So you see this variance here. And to get the standard deviation and the range at the same time as the variance, I want to hit I want to hold down the control, find the values I want. Range, variance, standard deviation, that's everything I want in both columns. I hit compute and boom, there it is. That's all I had to do. So my question's over here. Without the extra data value, the range is 3 decimal places. It's only giving me 2. Cross your fingers and hope that's okay. 3.54, because I know the original data is in the first column, which would be variable 1. Very good so far. Standard deviation for that one, 3 decimal places would be 655. Nice. The variance, 3 decimal places, is going to be 0.428. Good. See if I can move this out of, with the extra data, the range is now 5.87. Awesome. The standard deviation, second time, is 0.769, rounded off. Have to round that one up. The variance, the second time around, this would have taken forever and ever and ever and ever. 0.691. Sorry, 0.591. Okay, now, do the measures of variation change much with the extra data value? I would say definitely the range. The range is not quite double, but it's a whole lot bigger. So what are our options here on the drop down? More than 5 percentage points apart, within 5 percentage points of each other. Okay, do this on your own calculator. But what I would suggest, if we want to get within 5%, if we want to check and see if this number is within 5% of this number, that means that if this number is more than 105%, so is 5.87, if it has changed more than 5%, then if I've added 5% to 3.54, then it would now be 105%. So is it more than 105% of 3.54? To find 105% of 3.54, I'm going to take 1.05 times 3.54. That would be 3.717. So that is very much definitely well over 5% of an increase. So definitely more than 5 percentage points apart. Now, do the same thing for the variance and the standard deviation. Take 105% of the first variance and see if the second variance is more than that or less. Go through there, check all of those, you can finish up the problem and see how that goes. So you don't have to do this stuff by hand, but you do need to have an idea of what it is. So your standard deviation is the average difference between each of the values and the average. So it's the average distance between that and the average, between all of these and the average. Your variance is the square of the standard deviation. And your range is simply the number of numbers between the biggest number and the smallest number. See you later. Have fun with these. Bye.